The French Water Show. I miss the Patrick is Afraid of Bones era. It's just not the same show anymore. If I was Charlotte, I'd simply get a better computer. It doesn't seem all that complicated. If What a Show were ever to fully solve its technical issues, I imagine I would have to stop watching. Oh god, it's What a Show. And it's headed right towards us. What do you think Charlotte dreams of? Is it pleasant? Frankly, I'm here for Waylon and Gatito. You know, back in my day, we didn't have anime sex noises. It's What a Show time. Look out, it's What a Show. What? A show? I, for one, do hope they play copyrighted music. I lost Inside Gaming again for this? It's Charlotte and Patrick. Again. I do wonder if the screen will be covered in screenshots and garbage today. It wouldn't be fun for me anymore if they got partner.
There we are. Hello. Oh shit, I gotta move the... Let's put this over here. That whole OBS bullshit. Completely fucked. I've no idea what's going on. Gabish. And do a bit of painting today. Not very good at it, am I? But I just wanted to hang out. Is that a crime? And steal your money. And, you know, yeah, maybe possibly get partner status at some point. We'll see. That might be why we're streaming so fucking much lately. Well, Charlotte is. I'm kind of just around. I always say, maybe. And I mean it. Yes, this is a foot. I will be showing feet today. This is a huge, it's a big day, you know, quite frankly. Finally doing the foot stream. It is a bottomless stream as well. Yeah, I gotta play something to make sure I can hear. Where's Astro Goblin? Where's the channel I work for? The channel that I'm an owner of. The sole owner, if I had my way. Okay, we're gonna do these NHL highlights instead. All right, cool, I can hear. Very good. Oh, kind of using a little, following along a little bit to a little guide here. Where is it, if I can find it? But we'll mute it. That's the wrong one. There we go. All right. Anyway, we're painting a little Death Guard guy, little Plague Marine. The focus on this camera is crazy, so we'll see how this goes. But it's, a lot of it's done already. A lot of the base coating and stuff is done. There's a little more to do. Some of the bones. And I guess it's mostly just the bone stuff and the gun. I think are kind of all I have left for like base coating stuff. Maybe some of the tubes as well. But yeah, I guess we can get into it. Oh shit, I need to plug this in. I have my little like vortex mixer thing. And there's not an outlet over here for me to use. Well, there's several outlets, but I don't know what each of them does. So I don't want to just plug them into anything. What did I use for this? Give me 1 second. These are Warhammer. If I get a bunch done on this, I might. I have some Shatterpoint stuff that is primed, and some stuff that like I've actually made some progress on too, but I haven't really. It still needs to be finished. But I was working on this yesterday, and I want to keep working on this one. So that's why we're doing this today instead of the Shatterpoint, which are really cool. They're really fun to paint. They're huge. Well, for miniatures, they're huge. God, it's just a mess of cables over here. Gotta take my headphones off for a second. All right, there we go. Ugh. Have you gotten your hands a Juagu yet? Don't I have a Juagu? Isn't that what Charlotte and Jacob got me for my birthday? Or was that, No, it wasn't. Yeah, that was a Juagu, right? Get this spun up. Yes, I do have a Juagu, I think. I don't really know the names of Gundams very well. I'm trying to, did I use this or should I use? I think we're gonna use a different one, actually. So I'm kind of base coating everything, and then I'm gonna do contrast paint over those base coats. That might be fine. Oh, there's tubes I missed. Let's see if I can even get this. Oh my god, I can hear my boy crying. He doesn't want to go to sleep. That one in there might be a lost cause. I guess I can always go back and cover up the goofs. I got a new brush. It's definitely better than the synthetic ones I was using, but it's still like the cheapest version of a hairbrush. It is much, much better, but you have to like reshape it pretty frequently. Anything more expensive would be probably lost on me anyway, so. Does Twitch still have like royalty-free music you can play on streams? So it's not just silent with me painting. Did you just put Charlotte's music on? What's she gonna do? Sue us? I just built a what is it called? The upside down A turn A Gundam. And then I built I don't know if you probably can't see it behind me because the camera angle's different. But I built a giant Cubely, the master grade. It's huge. I had to take the high grade off the stand. Or swap it out. I hate this part because you're constantly just seeing all the little mistakes you made with each like base coat. Like I can just see a bunch of places where, especially with the metallics, where the brush like hit the other side or something. All right, I think that's all the bones. I might just use this for the some of these tubes and stuff as well. They're getting contrast painted too anyway, so as long as there's sort of a lighter base coat, we're good. Oh, I did miss some. I mean, I could build an Age of Sigmar army with a lot of the same pieces as this one. Thought about getting some of those. The reason I chose Death Guard, which, you know, I'm mostly interested in the painting aspect of it. I've never played the game. I'd like to. I'll try it one day. I would like to try it. But the main reason I chose Death Guard, other than like I just like the gross rotting body horror aspect of it, was because I saw a what is the giant? It's Age of Sigmar, but you can use it for 40k or whatever too. What the hell is it? If there's any nerds in the chat, help me out. It's like a massive Great Unclean One. That's it. That's why I chose Death Guard, because I saw that and I was like, that's fucking cool. I want to paint that someday. I don't have one because it is $160, but it's fucking awesome, and I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there with it. I don't know what to do with this shoulder pad. I'm not really sure what color that's supposed to be. There's like an emblem on it, but I don't know. I guess I should probably do the contrast paint first before I even paint that. Which we are not quite there yet. Almost. I think I just need to do some. I think my base coats are pretty much done. It's just probably need to do just like a little cleanup. This guy's name? He doesn't have it. He's Plague Marine. Oh wait, I don't need this yet. 1 second. Give him a name. This is Terrence. Sorry if the focus is like terrible. It's really hard with this webcam. You know what? I'm gonna grab the box too so I can make sure I didn't miss anything. There are some like details on the armor that I would never in a million years be able to get to those, so they will not be getting painted. But I'm gonna go. Oh lord, these fucking Citadel pots are the worst. Oh, too much water. Yeah, looks better. Still a little runny, but let's see. Since we're just doing touch-ups here, it might be fine. It's kind of annoying the spray primer just is like slightly different from the same paint but in the pot. I'm not too worried about it, but it might look a little weird. Hopefully putting a layer of contrast over it will kind of fix most of that anyway. Or at least hide it. Jacob's texting me. What's he got to say? Oh, he's exporting a video for notes. Alright, I think... Oh, wait. I think that should be okay. Oh. Let's just repaint this whole foot since. All right, cool. There's a few spots that I think I need to do some. Jojo, you've been in college for the entire time we've been streaming. What's up with that? Shouldn't you have graduated by now? What's holding you back? I mean, look, I went to like 5 colleges. And I think I finally graduated in 2016, and I started in 2007. There was also a pretty significant break in there at one point of like 5 years of not going to college. But 3 credits, that's one single class. At that point, why not just do it? I wanted to move away from Chicago. I wanted to move out here more than I wanted to move away from Chicago, I guess. But I still had like a semester's worth of credits left, but it was all generals. So I did, you know how colleges have like the winter term where you can do like accelerated, like you do like a full 3 credit whatever course in a month. I did a full semester's worth of classes. So like 15 credits in 1 month. It's fucking insane. It's horrible, but they were all online. So oh, what am I didn't finish base coating. I haven't even done the gun. Well, yeah, that was a fucking crazy. Luckily, they were all like, I just took a bunch of 101 classes. So it was like a copywriting class, a marketing class, I think, and like a Shakespeare class. And then I took a class that was Adobe Dreamweaver, the web design software. And that one was only like a 1 credit class. So it was super easy, and the professor would just send you a YouTube tutorial on how to do whatever the thing was, and then you would just do it. And it was like, that was the class. I realized I missed some spots here. So that is one way to finish. I wouldn't really recommend it, but if you have nothing else going on, because I moved back in with my parents for like that month. And so I didn't have to work. The fuck? But yeah. Awful. But I finished, so don't have to do it again. Okay, so there's 2 more base coats. There's leather for 1 tiny piece, and then I need to do something over the gun. So I guess let's do the gun first, because that's bigger. do Basilicanum Gray. That's the contrast. But for the... let's do Wraithbone. This is like an old... I went to pop a little more in here. Oh, wrong paint. I went to a store by me that is definitely more of like a Pokemon store than, or like Magic and like trading card game store than it is miniatures and stuff. And I go there because it's really convenient and close by. But sometimes the paint I get from there is just so old and crusty. It's almost not worth it. Just a tiny bit more, I think. Yeah, it might be okay. Ooh, this is very thin. Still figuring out the like mixing the paints. Just like figuring out a good water to paint ratio and all that, because it changes. It's so like depends so much on the paint. Like anytime I've ever had to use yellow is just a nightmare. I don't know how to have it either just be like the goopiest, runniest garbage or way too thick. I have Warhammer stores. There's a bunch around like LA County. There isn't one that's... there's one that's like kind of close to me. Oh, yeah, I forgot they do those free mini things. I should look into that. What are they usually? Are they like... Is it like a novelty thing? Like a... like for the season? Or what kind of like... What are the free ones usually? Is it like limited stuff, or is it just kind of like a random, like, this guy is free this week? Can I sell you on Warhammer? I've never played Warhammer, so I can't sell you on the game. But I can tell you that painting them is incredibly fun and satisfying. And... I mean, if you want to get into, like, painting stuff, they're way up there in terms of just, like, the quality of the molding of the plastic and all that stuff. Like, they feel really good. And it's much... I mean, it's like anything, I guess, but like it's not as difficult to get something to look like cool, as you would think, because that was kind of like I can't draw for shit. I have basically no artistic, like visual artistic ability whatsoever. Like I draw the same as I did as a child, but like there's techniques that even the first thing I painted with my friend, I was like, I knew it would suck, but you put like a coat of like a wash, Nuln oil over it, and it's like, oh shit, this looks like it's your first thing, so it's like, damn, this looks fucking professional, and that kind of got me hooked on it. I've been doing a lot of contrast paints because it's just so easy as like a, with like a kid. It's so hard to find the time to do like a full on, all your base coats, and when you can do just like a light base coat and then everything else. I prefer to do it this way with like a mix of the two, but it's just a really nice thing to be able to do and have. It's very relaxing. It's kind of like Gundams in a way, but I think I like it a little more than Gundams because it is a little more creative. Which, I mean, you can make Gundams that. You can paint them, you can kit bash. You can do all kinds of shit with those too. Just whatever you make of it. Ooh, this is like there's some paint stuck in there. Oh well. Yeah, this is the Duluth cam. For some reason, the contrast paint I'm going to use for the Militarum green, it separates. Like, I mean, they all separate, but it separates like so. I have to mix it for like so long. Whoever asked about being sold on Warhammer? I mean, I have heard it's like as far as like miniature war games go or whatever, it's not very good. I've heard the Lord of the Rings one is awesome, which is also Games Workshop. But there's others that I know people say are more fun to play. But Warhammer, from what I understand, just has like pretty far and away the biggest community. Your wife has vetoed it. I mean, look, it is insanely expensive. But if you want to try painting, you can always go buy some D&D miniatures. Or whatever. Just like generic kind of miniatures. And get like a starter paint set. And some cheap brushes. And, I mean, you could probably get started for like... You could try it out for probably like $20-30. Maybe a little more. I'm not sure. But it's not too bad if you just want to try it. But Warhammer would be the most expensive way to try it, for sure. Where do I want to start? Maybe I didn't want to use this huge brush. I thought there was more like big. I guess I'll do the legs. I think this brush is already too big even for back here. Yeah, I'm gonna switch. Reaper Bones. Yeah, that's the brush I have. That I just bought. It was like the cheapest non whatever it's called. I want to push this around. Yeah, it looks kind of okay. Too much. Should have started at the top. I guess I tried to. That brush was too big. I gotta get up here. I do get very easily distracted trying to paint areas that, like, you know, the chances of anyone ever seeing it are none, basically. Kind of fucked up. Oh, man. Oh, well. What's my favorite Souls-like about puppets? Elden Ring. Elden Ring has puppets. I gotta be honest, I did not really understand Lies of P. In terms of, like, its popularity as a Souls-like. I kind of, I don't know. It's very well put together. The world was cool. I mean, it's kind of just like Bloodborne, but world-wise. I mean, not gameplay-wise. think my main issue with it was that, like, just the parry timing, basically. And some of the combat was just kind of, like, tedious. But, that fucking parry timing, like, it's not like it's pretty essential to learn it. You know, unlike a Souls game where you can kind of like, it's like, this will make it easier, but you don't have to learn it. You know, it's like, no, you pretty much need to know how to do this. And the timing is insanely precise. And then, other than that, though, like, I mostly liked it. It kind of had that Sekiro learning curve where it's like, oh, I can't just go, brute force this guy. I actually have to sort of learn the moves and be smart about this. Whereas, like, a lot of Souls games, you can just kind of, if you want, you can charge in. Oh, way too much pain in there. Jesus. You know who was like obsessed with Lies of P was James. I think he beat it 3 times to get all the endings. I think Jacob might have too, but that might just be a Jacob thing. I feel like it means more that James did it. Oh, I'm losing my brush point here. Yeah, I actually knew a puppet who turned into a guy. The nice thing with Death Guard is if you screw up, it can kind of, sometimes it kind of looks like almost intentional. It's like, oh, they're fucked up guys. That's why there's metallic paint, bleeding into the other paint. It's rust. Sorry, I don't even think you can see what I'm doing. I'm not used to this camera setup. This brush picks up way more paint than I'm used to with my cheap ones. There's a bit of a learning curve there. How many Warhammer armies do I have? None. 0. This is the closest I have to one. And it's not an army. Like, by a long shot. I don't even know how much, how many points or whatever it would be if I put it all together. But it's I know it's not even close to a full army. Like these guys, the Plague Marines are, I think, like a pretty standard unit in a Death Guard army. And this box has 7 of them. And a lot of armies will have like 3 boxes worth of these guys. And that's like not even, that's not counting all the other shit that's in there too. All right, I think we're done with this color for the contrast paints on the... Don't see any big glaring spots here. Let me try and get some out of there. Yeah. Yeah, that new Kill Team box is awesome. Very expensive, though. All right, what are we doing next? Let's get the gun over with, since that's one color that I don't think I'll really use anywhere else. Oh no. I'm gonna do this up here so it doesn't look like I'm pounding off. This is Basilicanum Gray. I'm just going to use it for this part of the gun. Oh god. So much paint. Fuck's sake. Way too much. Just trying to soak some of it up right now. I'm not sure how I feel about this. This might need like another coat of something else. I thought that would come out very differently. Why shake if I have the jiggly thing? Sometimes you just need to. Especially contrast paints, just the way they settle on the bottom of the pot. It just, yeah, some of them just don't mix very well. Rattling grime is good for the weapon cases if you have it. Oh, okay. I don't have it, but I'm trying to think of what I did. Let me show you. So for this one, I definitely did, this is a contrast black. And that's probably what I should have done. Oh, damn. It's a little, it's breaking off. And this guy doesn't have a gun. He's got this giant mace. I started basing these guys, you can see with the sand, but I haven't gotten around to doing much else with them. Yeah, I mean, it's so fun to paint Death Guard just because of all the little. I'm sure Space Marines and stuff are fun too, but I've you look at that box and it's like, is this it? Like you just do this 100 times? I would go fucking insane. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna see how much of this I can just soak up right now. And then I'm gonna go back over it with a black because I was not happy with that. I'll get that a chance to dry though and move on. do the bones. So like they all have these kind of variations on like either bones or tentacles protruding out of them. This guy's got this giant, looks more like a tree trunk than a bone, but we're gonna paint it like a bone. Are plague bears the, which ones are those? Oh, these guys, what's it called? Sigmar. I have seen the Mortarion model. I don't know. I mean, it's awesome, obviously. I feel like I would fuck that up. But yes, it's incredibly cool. What green did I use for that base coat? Well, the base coat is just a spray Death Guard green. A Citadel spray Death Guard green. And then it's contrast Militarum green over that base coat. So it's a little darker. Now it's time for some Skeleton Horde. First, let's try and just get barely any. All right. This is like, Skeleton Horde is like the best contrast paint in terms of like, it just works exactly like you think it would. And it's so easy to clean up when you mess it up. But just the way this one like pools and everything is, it's so nice. It's a little more predictable. Oh, if anyone is looking for it's not a Gundam, but they just reissued. Fuck. No. Well, still got enough left to finish. Well. Oh my god, that's so much paint. Alright, well, hang on a second. I should maybe take some of this off before I cause an even bigger mess. Well, at least this was, mostly on a surface for painting. Because I have spilled it when my office was inside the house. I had a full little pot of paint. The cap popped, like it was kind of plugged, and I squeezed too hard, and I ruined the curtains. They're still up, of course. They're just covered in blue paint now. I need to figure out a better way to do this, because obviously this is where my stream PC and everything is. But if I'm not, like, streaming this, I do it at that desk behind me. Because I have way more room and I don't have cameras and microphones and, like, a full PC. I mean, I do have a PC over there, but it's not as it's just kind of it's a mouse and keyboard. It's not a little less crowded, but I'm more bummed that I lost all that paint. That shit's expensive. All right, well, a fair amount of it was saved. Egg carton for a paint pot holder? That's not a bad idea. Yeah, these containers are the fucking worst. I don't even really... I buy Army Painter for the most part. If I'm just buying, like, regular paints. But I like contrast paint much more than I like their speed paints, just from the little bit that I've done. So you're kind of out of luck. And I could transfer them to an actual dropper, but I don't know. I've just never done it. But the yeah, it's like, they're like comically bad. Just how shitty they are. All right, I think that's all the... Get a little more on these guys. Yeah, there we go. I think that's all the bone. Vallejo Express paints. Is that the same as, it's like a contrast paint or a... I didn't know Vallejo made any of those. Or made anything like that. I have a few Vallejo paints that I like them a lot, but I kind of just like... Army Painter was a little more available. So that's sort of what I went with. But For whatever reason, most of the game shops and stuff that I go to just happen to have more army painter than Vallejo. I will look into that though. I'm curious about the express paints. All right, so this is, what is it? Gulliman flesh? Gilliman? I don't know. For all the skin stuff, which is like this grenade, which is like a human head thing. And then some of the like weird tubes and pipes I'm gonna do in this too. All right. Then, no. I think that's it for the skin tones. Now we just need to do ooze. I think we're gonna go with this, because I've used that in others, but let me see what else I have. Yeah, we're gonna use the purple. Yeah, so I don't know how much you can see really, but there's like in that there's something coming out of his knee there. The gun barrel is dripping. There's a little bit coming out of his shoulder or his elbow there. And then some coming out of that like jet thing and off the shoulder pad. So we're just gonna make all of that purple. But I don't know what, I don't really have like a good contrast to throw over the cape at the bottom. But we'll just throw a wash on it. All right. I think I got it all. Oh. There's these, but I didn't. Yeah, well. Cool. All right. Now we're just gonna do a little shade on the on all the metallics. I'm gonna give my good brush a rest for a little while and just use a cheap synthetic brush for this part. If anyone's curious, I'm using Agrax Earthshade for the metals. Because that's what I saw in a tutorial once, and I think it looks cool. It just makes metal look so so just gross and a little too much there. Sorry, I know I'm just sitting here silently right now. Super focused. It's like a little chain up here. It's funny how many details they add that are like, I mean, you can see this at least, but there's like a whole thing under his, like under the gun that you would just never ever see. I guess maybe there's there's always like an alternate configuration, so maybe if you put the other weapon on him or something, you would see it. But All right. I think that's all the metal. Guess I should do the gun now. I'll just keep using the cheap brush for that. What did I carry up? Black Templar. How with cats? Well, yeah, I'm in the garage now, so they don't really like. You don't. They're not coming anymore. They're good. Every once in a while, Waylon escapes, rolls around on the ground. They have an enemy. Someone, a different cat who hangs out outside. And my son likes to give this cat treats. And has befriended it, so it comes over all the time. And our cats just stand by the window and watch. They fume. I mean, they also get treats in those scenarios, but well, the good news is I put on way too much fucking paint again, so. Oh, that does look a lot better, though. Ew, not like that. I think I'll leave it there before I... I'm just trying to, like, push paint around a little bit. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Oh, wait. You know what we should do? I really like Basilicanum Gray in a few situations. Let me see if I... keep putting on my headphones, which I absolutely do not need to. This is kind of a fucked up paint job overall, but I do really like, which, I mean, you probably can't even see it, but I really like the Basilicanum Gray for, like, in there. And I think the inside of the cape I used, I don't know. This is, like, not the best. I might need to, like, redo this. Or at least, like, dry brush the hell out of it. The wash, I just did a bad job on the wash. The head actually looks kind of okay. Shoulder pad's fine. It's just, like, really dark. There's some really dark spots, but this is a shatter point. I did do a little dry brushing on this, actually, and I just didn't do a very good job. I mean, yeah, painting white is the fucking worst. this is Basilicanum gray in here. These, and this is where I really like it. The treads are Basilicanum gray there. So I really like what it did in those. I mean, I don't paint with I'll prime with white, but then like I don't paint with it. Like I prime with it, and then this is a apothecary white over it, which I have not really. I've used it plenty. I have yet to figure out how to use it properly. I guess. I might go to a smaller brush here. Try to do the visor. I am really bad at this type of like precise. Oh, pretty good. All right, that should do it for the black. Oh, I forgot what. The box art for this just looks like. You can't really see it. It sort of looks. It might be green, but it also might be like a coppery color. I don't know. Let's oh. I'm dumb. I missed a ton of metal. Oh wait, that's flesh shade. Do not want that. There we go. I missed like most of the metal. Woo. And then while I have a little more. Okay. While I have this out, I'm going to just take a little, do like the, it's kind of like the tips of the bone stuff. A little too much, but that's all right. I'll probably cover. I'll probably put some blood on some of the horns anyway. So. Get a little bit of. This is just like regular Nuln oil. Do a little bit on his face for the little grills he's got in there. Oh, God. It's so easy to just go overboard with this shit. And the whole cape I'm gonna hit with this. Just a little bit in the kind of cracks and crevices back here. I'm already seeing these things are like so. There's so many little details. Like I'm just seeing little slime globs that I completely missed. But that's all right. If it really bugs me, I can always go back and paint it again. Kind of just being a little more selective with where I put it to. What do I want to do? Oh. Let's do one more shade here. Bye, Jojo. Have fun. Oh, I've seen the massage gun for paints before. I actually tried it. I have a the hell's it called? Those crazy expensive ones. We got one for an ad read at Inside Gaming. And then so they sent me one. And then they canceled the ad read. So I just got a free massage gun. Didn't even have to read an ad. They're like crazy expensive. I think they're the ones they sell at like Target. But I did try it and it wasn't, I couldn't get it to work very well for me. That's why I bought this. I'm gonna do a little of this flesh shade over the leather too. Cool. Theragun, I think that's a, yeah. I am about to wrap up here. Let's just do. This is just for kind of wear and tear. Makes it look sort of like oxidized. So I just do a little like kind of the pits, the cracks and stuff in the armor here. Put a little back here. Sometimes just do a little dot on the oops. Yeah, nihilach oxide. All right, I'm gonna call it a day. It's Let's make sure. Get a good look. There's still more to be done on this guy for sure, but pretty happy with, a couple hours work. I already had some done, but that's fine. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Indulging me. A quiet paint stream. And, hopefully we'll have partners. All right, cool. Let me see. Is there anyone streaming right now? Yeah, we're trying to stream more often. Charlotte's doing a pretty good job of it. I am not. But I do have a kid in my defense. But also I could probably do a better job. Yeah, I gotta catch a plane to the Tyson fight. Oh my god, I have so much to clean up after this. I really just moved from this desk to another desk. How about let's raid Bruce. Nope, don't want to clip anything. Oh, there we go. All right. Take it easy, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you. I don't know when we'll see you. There's a new Astro Goblin video coming out tomorrow, though. So you can see us. If that's what you're into. All right. Bye, everybody.